Good evening. It's Sunday today, but I would like to do a report for what happened yesterday involving the MILABS child trafficking operations. Yesterday, Saturday the 23rd, 238 children were killed in 17 locations. And while things have dramatically improved for us overall, as far as the weapons and the temporals that were brought in recently, most of them have been destroyed. The weapons that they're using against us has been reduced today, which is really nice. The child trafficking situation continues on, but I really don't think it's going to last much longer. But 238 children were brought in by AFRICOM. They were brought in Saturday morning, and all children were orphaned. Their parents were killed by HIV, and 100% of the parents contracted HIV from vaccines. And they were flown into Andrews Air Force Base and then transported to a total of 17 locations. And the males of AFRICOM raped 117 of the children on the way in, and they're all former Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. At the Langley, Virginia MILAB, 12 children were gang raped and murdered by 12 CIA agents. Arlington, Virginia MILAB, 14 children were gang raped by 56 males of the CIA, FBI, NSA, DHS, and Secret Service. And they were also murdered by 14 CIA agents. Washington, D.C. number 1 MILAB, 26 children were gang raped by 151 males, while 18 females watched. 12 senators, 3 House of Representatives, 6 Secret Service, Army Special Ops, Navy SEALs, 13 Air Force captains were present to rape the children. And Washington, D.C. number 2, in Washington, D.C. MILAB number 2, 32 children were gang raped by 112 males, 14 District of Columbia police officers, 12 Maryland state troopers, 4 senators, 3 Secret Service, Barack Obama, and about 30 what's called stormtroopers, which I don't really know what that is, and many Army Rangers. And the children were then killed by the 4 senators and the 14 plus 12 policemen, a Secret Service agent, and Barack Obama. Now, this was Barack Obama's 271st child that he's murdered, and in this child trafficking operation. But also, Barack Obama was also sodomized by 3 Army Rangers. At the Pentagon MILAB, 12 children were gang raped by 210 males. 210 males for 12 children. All Pentagon employees, and they were killed by 12 Army generals. The Wilmington, Delaware MILAB, 6 children were gang raped by 41 military contractors and killed by 6 of them. The Indianapolis MILAB, Indianapolis, Indiana, 6 children were gang raped by 14 state senators, 7 Indiana state troopers, Mike Pence and Greg Zeller. Indiana Attorney Greg Zeller, that was his 9th child that he's raped. Pence, 2 state troopers, I'm sorry, 2 state senators and 3 state troopers were the ones who murdered the 6 children. And that was Mike Pence's 22nd child that he's murdered. Crawfordsville, Texas MILAB, 19 children were taken there. You know, they have 19 new clones for the Bush family, representing the 19 that were arrested. And but these 19 children were gang raped by 56 males and 17 females watched. And then the 19 Bush family clones killed the children, including the clones of Laura and Barbara Bush. In Dallas, 6 children were gang raped and then killed by Texas State Police, TSA, DHS, and 14 corporate executives. Houston, Texas, 8 children were gang raped by 46 males of the CIA, FBI, Secret Service, Army, Navy, and Department of Homeland Security, and the CIA also killed them all. That's like the third location, I think, where the CIA killed them all. Atlanta, Georgia, MILAB. 6 children were gang raped by 37 males who were all corporate executives, and also Georgia State Police. I'm sorry, 37 males, corporate executives, and Georgia State Police. I didn't get an exact number, I'm sorry. Chicago, #1, MILAB. 12 children were gang raped by a group of Rahm Emanuel, 12 local politicians, 14 City of Chicago police officers, and they were killed by Rahm Emanuel and the politicians while the Chicago police officers watched. Roswell, New Mexico, MILAB. 41 children were gang raped by 318 members of the military, Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, who are also, I didn't get an exact number of who killed them, but they were all killed by 41 military men, or males, because they're not really human. See, we say human men, but they're not really humans. They're mostly all reptilian human hybrids. Carson City, Nevada, MILAB. 6 children were gang raped by 106 corporate executives, and 6 of them were selected to kill the children, and they were all CEOs. The Carson City, Nevada is the Lake Tahoe, is connected to all the Lake Tahoe resorts, and there's many places in these Lake Tahoe resorts where they can just take a special service elevator down, which connects them to tunnels like under Washington, D.C. The Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas. 12 children were gang raped by a group including 10 casino owners, 27 Air Force males, 23 Nevada State policemen, and 14 CIA agents, and 12 of the CIA agents killed the children. Another location where CIA killed all the children. Los Angeles, #1. 12 children were gang raped by 56 males, all from the film industry. They're considered, some of them are called moguls, directors, actors, and producers. 6 actors and 12 moguls. No, I think I got that wrong. 6 actors and 6 moguls were the ones who killed the children. Sorry, not 12 moguls. And then the 17th location is San Jose, California, for the Bay Area. 6 children were gang raped by 18 males, California Highway Police, 3 state senators, and 18 corporate executives. And this continues on, but I don't think it'll last much longer. At least I hope it won't. We have just went through, how many were there? 3,028 arrests. The 3,028 arrests, they were brought in by DARPA and the CIA, who basically the Nazi war criminals, and that was enabled by the CERN, the Hadron Collider, was the means necessary to open these wormholes or whatever. And they brought in 63 ships with 3,028 people. That was a period, I think, just over 12 days, 13 days total, and all of them have been arrested. And what a process that was. It was really horrendous. But like I said, the weapons have been dramatically reduced today. And they brought in a bunch of more temporals and artificial intelligence drone, and most of the temporals now have been destroyed. And I got so many messages last night. I went to see that movie, The Fifth Wave, which, if you go see that, that's literally what's going on here, except it's not so sensational. In other words, they're not dropping bombs on cities. But the others, as they're called in the movie, are actually the reptilians. And the way they're depicted is, well, you don't really know who the others are because they look human, and that is by specific design. That because if the 3,028 that were arrested were 100% reptilian, and they can't just go walking around in public because literally they look like alien monsters. They look like very large upright lizards who, or you know, as a lot of people call them, the snake people, because they have snake skin, and they range from anywhere from 6 to 9 feet tall. And but in the movie, they're depicted, you know, as just aliens who look like humans. Well, it's literally, they didn't even really have to search too far to write the script for that movie, because it's literally what's happening today, except the children aren't being turned into soldiers. The children are being gang raped and murdered, and then their bodies are either disposed of with chemicals and flushed down the drain, or they're processed into hamburger meat. Thank you for your prayers. They made such a huge, huge difference in the arrest and speeding up the arrest of these 3,028. And God bless your hearts. And thank you so much for your concern about this child trafficking operation.